afternoon. This stretching video is going to be a little bit longer and more intense. If you've ever done a yin yoga class, they hold stretches for 5 minutes. Not doing it quite that long. I'm looking for maybe 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes for a couple different stretches. Now I'm at a table or the back of a couch or a chair would be great. I have a yoga mat on here just so it's more comfortable for my leg. Let's get going. We're going to start with the hamstring today. Now when we're doing this, you want it to be comfortable for you. If your table is really high, then I would actually get a chair and have your leg a little bit lower. This is comfortable for me, but everybody is different. Okay, I want you to turn your body toward your leg. See how I was out here? I'm coming back here, and I want you to lean and reach towards your leg. See how that was straight? Let's have that a little bit bent. And I want you to breathe into where you feel it. The whole point in this is to really take the time to, I always say stretching is like dessert for your muscles, but it's really to get a deeper stretch and really get into that. A lot of times we rush through our stretching, think of it like an afterthought. I don't want it to be an afterthought. I want it to be in the forefront of, okay, I'm gonna work out today and then I'm gonna stretch. Maybe this stretching video we do once a week. You might not wanna do it every day, and that's okay, because like I said, we're gonna hold it for a little bit longer than normal. Typically I hold my stretches about 30 seconds or so. This one, I think we're gonna go with 90 because it feels really good. Now, you might notice you're getting a little bit more flexible. If you are, let's get a little bit deeper into that stretch. And if you feel that in your back, that's totally normal. Everything's connected. Hamstring is connected to the back. So we only have about 20 seconds left. I'm hoping it feels okay. You can always come up if you need a breather and to come right back into it. And I would recommend not holding your breath, of course, doing some nice deep breathing here. Okay, let's come on up, gently bring that down. Again, if that's too high, I have a chair behind me just to show you, you could actually even be lower if that works for you. Lower, higher. So we are going to get that body in a nice straight line. And I want you to lean forward just until you start to feel it. I actually have 2 chairs behind me. Chairs work as well, or a table. I was gonna use it for a prop, but I just left it back there. So you can see there are options. Body's in line with that leg. You're gonna lean and reach. If you wanna touch it with both hands, if that's too much, you can always have a towel or even a band, if you have a band, to help get you a little bit more into the stretch. You can hold on to your calf, your shin, the table, whatever feels good for you. And I want you just to bend that standing leg and breathe into that, where your hamstrings are saying, oh, thank you for doing that. That feels so good. And breathe. I am guilty of not doing a long enough stretch. So this is something that a friend brought up to me, asked me if I would do it. I was like, yes, I actually need to do it, because this is something that, like I said, a once a weeker is great to really get that deep stretch in. We got about 15 more seconds right here. I'm shooting for the 90. Might go 2 minutes on some, but I'm at least shooting for 90. And your hamstring should be saying thank you so much. And let's come up slowly, gently bring that leg down. You could shake it out. This is why I have the mat here. We're gonna come up, and ideally your leg is flat on the table. It might be here because of your flexibility, totally fine. Just like the hamstring one, I don't want to turn to face you, I do, but I'm gonna stay here. And you wanna lean, bringing that leg back, you wanna lean into that. You should feel that opposite glute and hip. If we were on the ground, this one would be pigeon. Pigeon from yoga. This is, I guess, stand-up pigeon. And you wanna lean and breathe. Keep that standing leg bent, even though it wants to be straight. And wherever you feel it the most, that's where I want you to try to breathe into this. And let's just get a little bit lower. We have about 30 seconds left. This is actually one of my favorite stretches. for many reasons, but mostly because I get really tight in my hips, and this is one of the best hip openers. This is also nice to do against the wall. I have one of the wall stretching video we do this in, which is great. Only about 10 more seconds, and then we'll switch sides. So stretching really isn't exciting. You're not burning any calories, but your body is thanking you for all the hard work that you do. This is a thank you for that. Let's switch sides. My cat is photobombing in the back. And you will probably notice one side is more flexible than the other. Totally normal. Just like one side is stronger than the other, one side is more flexible. Lean, lean, and lean as far until you go, okay, I'm right there. Got it. You know when to stop. Your body is facing that leg, and I want you to breathe into that. It should feel great, or it should be a hurt so good. Either one of those is going to be fine. And I want you to sink lower than you want to go. So I really want you to get into the meat of that stretch right here, right on the outside hip, glute. It's such a great opener for that. And I want you to breathe. Only about 10 more seconds. Time flies, we're having fun. Lean, 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 lean. And breathe. A lot of times we hold our breath. Don't hold your breath. And slowly come out of that. Now, I want you to have a table to hold on to. I'm going to show you from the side, and then I'll face the table. We're actually going to be in a lunge position, and you're going to tilt that hip forward, and you're going to come down into that. So it's front hip. You might need the table for stability. So I'm bringing my left leg back. I'm sorry, my right leg. Left, right leg back, tilt that right hip forward, and then come down into that until your hip says, I am good right there. It's a hip and a quad. Now, if you don't need a table, you can make it deeper by bringing that arm up. Oh, hello, quad and hip. How are you doing today? And if that's too much, you can bring the arm down. Now, you can sink as low as you want into this, whatever feels best for you. We only have 8 more minutes right here. We have about 30 more seconds before we change sides. This table really is just for you to lightly hold on to. It's not to hang on for dear life. I want all the work to be done in that quad hip area. And sink a little bit lower if you can. Only 15 more seconds. That's not too bad. And breathe. For me, this is a hurt so good kind of one, just because I have tight hips like everybody else. And let's come on up slowly. Woo. Deep breath here. Let's switch sides. Great big step back, table or not. Tilt that hip in, my left side finally, and get down into that. Now, interestingly enough, like I said, every side is different. For me, my right side is a lot tighter than my left. This feels like I could be here for 10 minutes. Notice how your body reacts as well, and get a little bit lower. For the tighter side, you can always hold it longer. There's no right or wrong. It doesn't have to be exactly. We are imbalanced creatures. Let's see, we have about 30 more seconds. Most of us pick up our groceries on one side, not the other. I know when my kids were little, I always carried them on the left. That's why my left is stronger and better balanced, because I had all the weight right here. Get down a little bit more. A little bit more. Try not to hold your breath. 10 more seconds, and that is going to be it. And let's slowly come on up. Oh, shake it out. That is it for the stretching video. If that felt amazing, start again and do it over again. I would love it if you'd put it in your calendar once a week to do as a thank you for your body for working so hard for you during the week. Thank you for being with me today. If you didn't get enough, do it again. I always love when you spend some time working on yourself and your health, because